Hello class 6, let's start your revision of chapter number 2, landforms. In last video I have already told you about your syllabus. Lesson number 1, 2 and 3a will be coming including map, oceans and important seas of the world. These things will be coming in your half-yearly exam. Okay. Now, uh, landform. Landforms, they are the physical features of landscape. You can see there are plateaus, plains, mountains, river, all these things. They are the features of the earth. And how are they formed? They are formed because of endogenic and exogenic forces. Endogenic force, interior of the earth, beneath the earth. Whatever changes occur, this is called endogenic forces. And endogenic force you can see in the form of earthquake, volcanic eruption, etc. And exogenic forces act as external. And exogenic forces you can see in the form of river, wind, glaciers. They all are occur because of exogenic force. Okay. Landforms can be divided into mainly divided into three forms: mountains, plateaus and plains. And now mountains is a mass of land. Mountain is a mass of land considerably higher than the surrounding area. This is, if you say this is surrounding area, mountain is considerably higher than surrounding areas. Okay, this is mountain. Now old and young mountain. Old mountain, it has rounded peak. Okay, this is called old mountain. While pointed peak, they are called young mountains. Okay, now mountains, they are formed because of fracturing, faulting and volcanic activities. They are formed because of these things: faulting uh, faulting forms block mountains, folding forms fold mountains, while volcanic activities, it forms volcanic mountains. Now plateau. A plateau is a raised flat land. Plateaus are also called tableland. Plateaus are also called tableland. Okay, plateaus like a table top. Can you see this? Like a table top or tableland. And this is plateau. Now valley. A valley is a low area. Low area between hills. This is valley. A low area between hills. That is called, this area is called valley. This is the diagram of block mountains. Okay. Now here you can see this uplifting part is called what? Horst. The uplifting part is called while the downward part, this is called graben. Okay, graben here it forms what? Rift valley. It forms graben. This part is called rift valley, while this uplifting part will be called block mountains. Okay, whenever you are given to draw rift valley or block mountains, same diagram you will draw. But this is Rift Valley, the downward part. Graben will be Rift Valley, and the upward side, this host will be your block mountain. Okay. Rift Valley may be formed 100 feet wide, 100 feet wide, 100 feet wide to many miles across. Example, Rhine, Narmada, Nile, Great Rift Valley of South Africa. They are the example of Rift Valley. Now the next is leeward side of Himalaya. Leeward side, here rain shadow. Rain shadow is a dry area. Rain shadow is a dry area on the leeward side of a mountainous area away from the wind. This is windward side where it rains after condensation. Okay, but there is no rain, and this area is called very less rain, or you can say, and this area is called rain shadow, or because it is situated leeward side of mountain. Okay, this we call windward and leeward side, and Ladakh is situated here in rain shadow of mountain in leeward side. Okay, these are usually low-lying area with least unevenness, means plain, almost they are plain. You can very less unevenness you can see over there. A plain is a broad area of relatively flat land. Plains do not usually have a height above 160 meter, but many plains above 400 meter exist in many areas. On the basis and plains, the usefulness of plains is plains is they are very useful for agriculture, and most of the population of the world are settled in plains. Okay, classification of plains, if we do, then first one is structural plains. Structural plains, such plains are formed by upliftment of the continental shelf. Such structural plains are built or formed by upliftment of the continental shelf. Example, the Malabar coastal plains of India. And second one, depositional plains. Most of the plains of the world, they are formed because of the deposition of a river. Okay, the plains which are formed by the deposition brought by rivers are called depositional plains or alluvial plains, and they form the most productive agriculture plains of the world. Depositional plains form the most productive place where agriculture possible. And example, Nile Delta of Egypt, the Ganga Brahmaputra plains of India, they are the example of depositional plains. Now flora and fauna, don't be confused. Flora, flower or vegetation. Flora, flower or vegetation. Fauna, birds or animals. Birds or animals. flowers and vegetation. What? Of a particular area, of a particular area. It means these types of animals, birds, flowers or vegetables are found in this particular area only where they can survive. Okay, that is called flora and fauna. Flora, flowers and vegetation, flowers or vegetation, fauna, birds or animals of a particular area. Okay, like in book it is given the chiru or the Tibetan antelope. Antelope means deer. Chiru or the Tibetan antelope is an endangered species. It means it will be the fauna of Ladakh. Okay, and yak is also a fauna of Ladakh. Population density means number of people live in per square kilometer. Okay, per square kilometer how many people live. If we compare Dehradun with Mumbai, then which will have more population density? Obviously Mumbai, because per square kilometer number of people will be living more in Mumbai comparatively with Dehradun. Okay, here many students, they were confused in food crops and cash crops. Food crops and cash crop. Food crops are those which are consumed by the human. For consuming, farmers grow food crops, wheat, rice, maize, all these are food crops. While cash crops are those which are grown to sell in the market. They are not consumed. Like sugarcane, for converting, for making it sugar, farmers have to sell. Okay, that's why cash crops are jute. Jute also is a cash crop. Don't be confused in food crops or cash crops. To understand this chapter, I want you all to watch the video which I shared with assignment 12, 13 and 14. Okay, that's all for the day. Thank you and best of luck for your exam. Do well. Bye bye.